So it finished Argentina 3, Switzerland 1 after extra time. Of course, 1-1 normal time. Argentina win against Switzerland, 10 men Switzerland in extra time. Now, of course, so many talking points around this game. But of course, that was the final quarter final of the four. Argentina have made it through to the semi final. And wow, where do we even start with this game? That was another crazy one, a lot of talking points, controversy again as well around the officiating, as there so often seems to be, controversy again surrounding Argentina, as this has been a few times this tournament, it's fair to say. But of course, yeah, they do make it through in the end. Now, the game sort of starts very much Argentina started well. They, initially McAllister has his header where they look a threat from. They win the corner, and then they do it again. They got a bit. They failed to. They didn't. It wasn't great for Switzerland. This really, seeing as they almost got caught out by the same thing with McAllister a minute prior. But the corner comes in for Messi, and then of course McAllister does get his head on that, and he does put them into the lead. Big moment for them in what's going to be his farewell tournament. He's retiring after this tournament, I believe. It puts Argentina in front, and certainly worthy of that. Certainly started very well, but Switzerland, they grow into the game after this. They do. And not been behind so far in this tournament. It's a real test for them, and they really do show their quality, and they really do show something they've not shown before in coming from behind. I thought they grew into the half, started to get more and more time on the ball, and they started to look very good. It's very even, I thought, overall in the first half. I thought half the Switzerland finished very strong. Some chances created, most notably the Doi. What a good game he has. He's been a standout player for Switzerland this tournament. Fantastic. Great ball into Embolo, who's always very clinical for Switzerland, and he doesn't quite reach it in time. Martinez is able to deal with that. It's going into the break though, still very, very in the balance of the game. Argentina with the crucial advantage, but the way the second half kicks off, it's all Switzerland. I think they dominate the ball, I think they dominate the game, and I did say this could happen, and I did say this result could happen. So I would not be surprised if Argentina, they find the way through, but Switzerland maybe dominate large parts of the game and maybe actually have the better of the game. As I thought from a lot of the game, I thought there's a better side to Switzerland. I really do. I actually think they played really well. From the Doi in particular was outstanding. I thought again he sets up Embolo well early on in the first half. Early on in the second half, doesn't come to anything on that occasion. We see a few more occasions like that where they're trying to get the ball forward, and of course we have the shot from Xhaka as well, which Martinez is able to deal with. And yeah, overall I thought Switzerland better side for this period, and they do eventually get their goal and they deserved it, and it's Nadoi who does get his goal and he very much deserved it really well. Played really well, and of course he's running forward initially, plays Rodriguez who then plays it back to him, and then he's able to get the finish, and it was a very good finish, very well worked goal, very good goal to watch back. And 6-7 minutes in, Switzerland get a massive goal back in the game, and they was on top at this point as well. There's playing there's a better side, I have to say, and it was then that one of the major talking points in this game occurred 72 minutes in. Now, Embolo already on a booking in this game. Now, Perez kind of runs up behind him. Embolo goes over. Initially, it looks like a foul for Switzerland. That's where it's given as. But then, when VAR steps in, and then what happens is very different. Embolo already on a booking, then gets a second booking simulation. Now, very controversial this in many ways. Initially, you're thinking different angles show a different thing. Again, it's another one of them ones, and you think, it is frustrating, and it maybe does feel a bit. Is it unnecessary to send the player off for this? Because it's not violent conduct, and it also wasn't. Switzerland from this free kick, if it was simulation, they're not gaining much from it. It's not like it's a clear shot, a goal, clean through on goal, or in the penalty area where you can sort of understand the booking for simulation. I know referees do book the simulation sometimes, but they don't always do it. They seem to pick and choose when, from what I've seen, and I think there's a lot of examples where nothing happens there, where it's just given as a free kick for Argentina and we move on. There's no booking, and I don't necessarily think anyone would have said anything. So it did feel like to a bit, and I can understand here why a lot of people are really hitting out at this, because Argentina have had some fortune this tournament. They have had some help from the officials. There has been big decisions that have gone their way. Egypt were really annoyed after their game mainly about their goal that's disallowed, and I think that there's been some other moments as well. The Messi incident in the first game, which was definitely more of a sending off than what Embolo got sent off was for yesterday. Very different play, but certainly that was a red card. But this one that wasn't given, and even as a yellow. So you can see where this idea is coming from. I don't buy into the easy side of the draw argument, because they say that, yeah, okay, maybe the games have been better for them than what they would have expected, but the thing is, certain teams haven't performed, certain teams have not gone as far as they should have done. So I think there's an element of that, and Spain and France on the other side of the draw is always going to be the stronger side, just because those two teams are there. But so there certainly is something in this officiating thing, and you do wonder: are they trying to set it up, doing whatever they can to set it up for a repeat of last time's final because of the revenue that are bringing, because of how big of a game? Well, this is the best ever final, really, France against Argentina, and it does feel like they were looking for that to a point. They saw the opportunity to send someone off, and they did, and it felt, and you can see why Switzerland there will feel like they were robbed. You can see why that's a major talking point, why they were so wound up by that. Because I'll be honest, if that happened to us. And if that does happen to us, I would be livid. So there is that, but it's a weird one, because Embolo initially you think, he almost looks like he trips himself up, but then you sort of say, was he almost, because one angle does almost make it look like he was making it look like Perez did foul him, almost like he kind of pushed his leg back into his and then went over and was sort of going over anyway. But again, very, very harsh to send him off there. You can see the reaction from Switzerland; they were stunned. You could hear like the split second before the crowd reacted when the referee announced the decision, when that card come out. You could hear him just shouting at the referee, like shouting, "What?" They were shocked, and I think a lot of people would have been surprised by that. But from there, Switzerland down to 10 and completely changes the whole flow of the game. Argentina by that point are pushing for the winner. They've got playmakers in their team, and they have got, when they do get momentum going in the game, Argentina, they can be really, really threatening. And they can be really, really hard to stop once they get going, and they've shown that against Egypt how they turn it around. So nothing there. Switzerland, it does go to extra time. Switzerland, they managed to hold on for the first period of extra time. They hold on for a while. They're going for penalties really at this point. That's all they can really do. They're pushing for the winner, Argentina, and eventually Alvarez scores an absolute screamer. And from there, it was game over, and Switzerland had to just chuck everything they had at it, and the space was always there for Martinez to get the third and seal Argentina's place in the semi-final. Now, what I will done it for extra time again. Good extra time performance against 10 men, broken down eventually. Controversial moment there, because I thought Switzerland were the better side for the periods, for almost the whole period, but they had 11 players on the pitch, so very, very unlucky there, and very unfortunate, and maybe wrongly treated. There's definitely going to be a lot of talk about that over the coming days. It's a bit of a concern with England playing them with some of these decisions. There's the whole historical thing as well. But of course, I always had a particular interest in this game. I mean, these two teams have been intriguing to watch throughout the tournament as a whole, but particularly interested in the outcome of this game, seeing as England qualified by beating Norway. That video is already up earlier on in the evening, so I'm particularly interested in who wins this game. And I was glad it went to extra time. I wanted it to go to extra time because our game went to extra time. It was a very, very tiring game for England, so whoever went through, I definitely wanted it to go to extra time, and luckily it did. And of course, it's set up, as soon as England went through, it's very much like, okay, we're going to see England, Argentina. That's what a lot of people want to see. That's what the mutual want to see. But certainly Switzerland deserve a lot of respect, because on a different day it could have been them. But of course, Argentina and England, historically a massive game. It's really interesting, because you've got the two really scrappy teams, the two hard-working teams, the two teams that just find a way to not give up and find a way through, even when they're having periods when they're not playing well in games. And on the other side of the draw, you've got Spain against France, which is the two best footballing sides, the two best teams in the tournament in terms of how well they play, and in terms of it's fair to say they are the best footballing sides and the best actual teams in this tournament. But any one of these four can win it. If you look at the odds, it's very, very tight. You've got France as slight favourites, and then Spain, that side of the draw, the teams are favourites, and then Argentina, and then it's actually England. But, it's so tight. Someone has to be the favourite and the least favourite. It's incredibly tight. You can see any one of them winning it here. Sometimes, the worry was with the Norway game yesterday, you can almost think like there's sometimes a surprise team in the semi-final, like somewhat of a surprise team. But I think you've got the final four here. No one will be surprised by at all. Four of the favourites from the start. All have got the makings of a winning team, so it's going to be very, very interesting. The final four is now set. Looking forward to this.